Morning. Going for stealth coffee today. So, imagine if you're a model airplane builder, most of us have built the usual 1/48 scale monogram single engine planes, the fighters, dive bombers, the Dauntless, Avenger, Mustang, Zero, that stuff. And I was walking in here, I was looking at the old monogram Corsair I have on the shelf and the Korean War era markings. Not a stellar work, but adequate. Like a lot of the models I do, I'm doing okay right up to the canopy. And I'm like, oops. But, so literally squirrel. I'm watching a squirrel use the top of my privacy fence as a superhighway. And I was thinking, Monogram did a good job, but they, I wonder if, it's hard to say. Sometimes I wonder if they would have been a little bit better off if they hadn't gone for so much play value. The landing gears were usually okay. The fact that it would swing up and down. But the folding wings always made the navalized aircraft a little tricky. I always found the Helldiver, the Avenger, and the Corsair, the one I liked having the option of putting folding wings on it, but if you wanted them down, it was just, when I was a kid, I didn't have putty, and so I tried to seal them with glue. So you can imagine how that went. And it's just, I don't know, you guys prefer the kits to have the option? I like the option of an open or closed canopy, but do you really like the option of folding wings on a Navy plane? Because, if you want the wings open, that's great. I mean, folded, that's great. But if you want them, down and out and ready to fly, you just always see that. It just seems like it creates a lot of extra work. And given the cost of styrene, believe it or not, having another mold cut, so you can have the option of both, that's not a tiny deal. That's actually, from a production cost standpoint, that adds up. Andy Anchus was telling me that a lot of people don't realize it, but when they cut the sprue, not the runner, but the actual sprue, the big cone-shaped piece of plastic where it goes to the injector, that's actually the sprue. They would cut that piece off, and they didn't throw it away. They would collect all of the sprues and even plastic or bad kits or whatever, bad shots. Plastic would be recycled. They'd throw that stuff they'd have all the buckets with bins with the different colored plastic, and they'd throw that stuff in the correct color, and that all got dumped in a hopper and recycled. It would be ground up, and then it could be melted back down like the pellets. So that's a thing. But of course, I did enjoy the monogram kits. It never bothered me that they didn't have much of an interior because you can never see it. And when you buy something like that Tamiya roof, Nakajima roof, you're like, man, all this detail in the interior, you pretty much have to pose it with the canopy open. You feel bad if you didn't. Details on the inside. Okay, let's see. Something else that I had got up this morning and thought about. Oh, got to work last night on the viewer builds, number 2. Be a little bit different than the last one. Changing the music up and a few things, and I might be able to get that out today. Oh yeah. Zippy the Wonder Gene. Oh, there goes another squirrel. Man, they really use that fence of mine to get around. So, anyway, I was going to say yesterday, I do hope to get out the shed and get some more work done. We've got some nice weather here today, at least for now. That's one on the roof. The squirrels are attacking. The invasion has begun. Whoa! One just jumped from the roof into a tree. I've never seen that before. Oh, the cat's getting excited. To her, it's a target-rich environment. I was going to tell you, the boneheaded stun I pulled yesterday and we've talked about this before, but I had a jar of thinner. It had a lid on it, but apparently it wasn't sealed, and I moved it, and it sloshed, and some of it dropped right on the tail of the Stuka. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So, acting fast, I got over my hand also. Fortunately, I had just cut up a couple of shirts, so I had plenty of fresh rags laying around. Immediately grabbed a rag, was able to wipe it up, and I think it's probably one of the reasons I just went ahead and repainted the Stuka. Not only was one of the greens I'd picked just a little too far off, but it was, yeah, I cleaned that up. Even though I cleaned it up, you could still see that there was something there. And I've doing this long enough to know you never move anything over the model. You always move it around, but oh well. So I was looking at some of those big models some of you guys have hung from the ceilings, and usually the bombers, and I was just thinking to myself, I've harped on this before, but that is I love those big models, but my God, it's not only is it impossible to find a place to display them. I know some people talked about putting them, up on the wall, like wheels on the wall. And of course, some folks hang them up, and of course, then dusting them becomes an issue. But I was just thinking, though, the one thing I hadn't thought about that's kind of cool about hanging bombers from the ceiling, if you got the bomb bay open, people can actually look up in the bomb rack. And we tend to think of the airplane because we see it flying along as this smooth outer shell. And we tend to forget what's inside it. And when you see a bomber hanging with the bays open, and you see how much payload they carry, especially something like a B-52 that carries just an incredible amount of ordnance. And you're like, kind of reminds you what the airplanes are for. And really how impressive they are, I think, take off with all that on board. Some folks I knew that flew B-24s were saying that they had a serious problem. Apparently, I don't know how many actually happened to. Those things would explode on takeoff. And it turned out they learned they had to leave the bomb bays open about 4 inches to vent them out because fumes were building up inside the airplane. Now, I don't know if that's apocryphal and just stories that they'd heard when they were in the service, but that's what they were telling me. And apparently I really haven't researched it, but that's a hard lesson, a hard way to learn that, whoops, got to make a fix here, boys. So, anywho, I'd like to make some progress on the Jolly Green today and finish off the Stuka and get to work on those models that were sent to me. Since there's no rush on the Saturn V, the launch umbilical tower, I want to go ahead and get started on that swordfish, the George of the jungle, and somebody's trying to call, and judging by that area code, since it's not someone I know, I almost guarantee it's one of those bloody phone solicitors. We get these people keep calling me, yeah, we moved in the neighborhood, we were wondering if your house was for sale. Like, how many times do I have to tell these idiots no? But once your phone number gets in one of those systems,
You're standing oh so near.